Hey, how's it going? So in this video, what I'm going to be covering is doing keyword research for a auto detailing Google Ads campaign. I have a much more in-depth video on this if you want to see it. It's a full-on, I think like hour-long tutorial on how to set all of this up front to back. But today I'm going to go over doing some keyword research, talk about match types a little bit, and yeah, so we'll jump into that. So if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. And if you do need somebody to actually do this for you, there's a link in the description for a free consultation. I can see if I can help you out. Can't help everybody out, but either way, let's just kind of jump into it. So first thing you're gonna need to do, if you have not done this already, is you want to go to ads.google.com and set up an account. So without a Google Ads account, you're not going to be able to do any of this. So again, that's ads.google.com. Go there, sign up, get an account set up, and then once you're in, up at the top, you should see a little wrench. It says tools and setting. It might be cut off here because there's some client information up here. But if you click on the wrench up at the top, tools and settings, you're going to go over here to Keyword Planner. And then once you're in Keyword Planner, you're going to see a page that should look something like this. Google might update this at some point. We'll see what happens. But you go to Discover New Keywords. And then I'm just going to start by putting in some ideas here. We'll just do car detailing, auto detailing, car detailing near me, and then maybe auto detailing near me. Something like that. Going to hit Get Results. So once you've hit Get Results, you should see a page that looks something like this. They might change this at some point. And then also one thing to keep in mind is, I know they used to do this. I don't know if they're still doing this, but if you are not paying for Google Ads right now and you just have an account set up, you might just see like a range. So it could say like 1 to 1,000 or something like that under the average monthly searches. But either way, don't worry about any of that because at the end of the day, you want to take all these numbers with a grain of salt. These are all just estimates, especially the average monthly searches, the cost per click ranges, all that kind of stuff. They're all just estimates. So don't worry about any of that. But usually what I do is before I do any keyword research, I go up here to the top of the page and then I just put in whatever location that I'm doing research in. So for this, I'll just say Dallas. We'll do Dallas, Texas. And then you can even do, if you're in Plano, you can do Plano, Garland, wherever you are. Just keep in mind, if you are targeting like a really small location with the keyword planner, you're probably not really going to see many results. Like you'll see the keywords, but you're not really going to see a lot of search traffic or anything like that. But anyway, we'll hit save and it'll update some of these numbers. And usually what I'll do is I will usually sort it by average monthly searches. And there's a few things that we want to talk about today when we're talking about keywords. So the first thing we want to talk about is choosing the right keywords. So when it comes to choosing the right keywords, what you want to do is you want to focus on keywords that are much more further down the funnel. So they're high intent keywords. They're people typing stuff into Google where they're clearly looking to purchase something or they're looking for somebody to do that service. So keywords that I like to focus on are things like this: car detailing near me, vehicle detailing near me, car detail shops near me, stuff like that. Car detailing can work. So sometimes you just do like car detailing as a phrase match, which we'll get into in a little bit. That can work, but at the same time, something like this can occasionally be a little bit broad. So if you have a bit of a smaller budget, what I would do is I'd focus mostly on these kind of keywords: car detailing near me. And as we kind of go through this list, I'm not going to go through this entire list in this video because that would take way too long. But the whole idea is you want to focus on high intent, high value keywords. So if we go through here, interior car detailing near me, auto detailing near me, car detailing places near me, auto detail shops near me. You kind of get the idea, detailing near me. So as you're going through this list, pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to go through this list and you're going to start pulling out all of those high intent, high quality keyword ideas. And what we're going to do is we're going to save them in a spreadsheet. And what I'm going to do is the next thing we're going to talk about here is we're going to talk about organizing them into ad groups. So I have a bunch of other videos talking about account structure and all that kind of stuff, but the long story short of it is that you want to take these different keyword categories and group them into buckets. Those buckets of keyword themes are going to become your ad groups on your account. And those ad groups are kind of what gives the account structure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this keyword first. I'm just going to copy it. Then I'm going to hop over to a spreadsheet and then start organizing everything. So what I'm going to do now is I keep this process really simple. So this is not fancy. You don't need a bunch of tools. I'm just in Google Sheets. You could do it in Excel, whatever you want to do. You could put it in a document. It doesn't really matter. I just use a spreadsheet because I can kind of organize it a little bit more visually. And what I do is I just go here, take the keyword that I just copied. So car detailing near me. Just going to drop it in its own column here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch back over to here. And what I do typically is just go down the list and I start pulling out the different keyword themes. And I'm not going to go through this entire list because this video would drag on forever. But you could do something like vehicle detailing near me. Now, typically I would probably organize vehicle detailing probably just under auto detailing, but I'll just drop it in its own category for right now. I'm going to speed past some of these just because, but car detailing, I drop that in the car detailing ad group. Nope, don't want that near me. Drop that in the car detailing ad group. Some of these are very weirdly phrased. I don't know. Car auto detailing. It's probably because I have it searched by average monthly searches. If I just do by keyword, by relevance, it'll probably look a little better. So auto detailing, that would be, again, its own ad group. So what I'm doing is I'm just starting to get the structure of the ad groups together for the campaign. Car detailing near me, auto detailing near me. Drop that in there. Mobile auto detailing. So again, that's kind of its own little keyword theme. Somebody's looking for mobile auto detailing. So that's going to go in its own group right there. Ceramic coating near me. So I do include ceramic coating on campaigns, but just keep in mind that ceramic coating, like the search term ceramic coating near me is really, really good. But you can see the cost per click is usually, not in every market, but it's usually like double what a normal cost per click would be. And it's just because it's a higher value service, so more people are bidding on it, when that increased competition kind of drives that cost per click up. So continuing on, mobile car detailing near me. That would just go back in the mobile detailing ad group. Mobile detailing near me. That goes into mobile detailing. And you kind of start getting the idea here. I'm literally just going down this list, and it's really tedious, and I understand that. But you just want to continue to go through this list, pull out those high intent keywords, and then start structuring them like this. And just to kind of give you an example, if I switch over to a campaign, you can see how I have it structured in this particular campaign. So what I do is I go through that list and then I start organizing. This is kind of how you saw on that spreadsheet. Each one of those columns is going to be its own ad group. And in each one of these ad groups is going to have those different keywords. So for example, I was laying out that mobile auto detailing column. All of those keywords are going to go into this mobile auto detailing ad group. And then all of the keywords in that ad group are going to be, mobile car detailing near me, mobile auto detailing near me, mobile detailing near me. And that's just pretty much how you want to structure this process and how you find those high intent keywords. Now, the next thing I want to cover really quick, going back to that keyword planner, is finding negative keywords. And that's also a really, really important part of doing keyword research for an auto detailing campaign. All right, so let's talk about negative keywords. So if you've gone through this list, and before we go forward, don't feel like you have to pull all of these keywords from this list. Starting a campaign, you'd be fine with maybe 100 keywords. It's all really dependent upon your budget ultimately, but you'd be fine with like 100 keywords. Don't worry about pulling everything from this list. Just grab kind of the best ones that you can find, or the best ones that you feel that you've found, and then just put those into your keyword list and kind of start there. So next thing we want to talk about is negative keywords. So a negative keyword is essentially the opposite of a keyword. You're going to put it into your campaign and you're going to tell Google, I don't want my ads to show up for this keyword. So there's a few different ways I find negative keywords. One of them is just going through this keyword planner. I will go through here and I'll find, any irrelevant stuff that I don't want to show up for. Or I will go and I'll go to Google Maps and I'll look up competitor names. I'll put in competitor names as negative keywords. And yeah, so really the whole process with negative keywords, we'll just go with this, keyword planner as an example. But if I look through this, this, for example, hand car wash near me. Typically on any of my campaigns, I will almost always just exclude car wash, just that phrase car wash, just because if somebody is searching for car wash or hand car wash or something like that, they're usually looking for typically like a lower value service. They're looking for, just like a drive-through car wash or just something where they could pay like 30, 35 bucks, get their car washed, and that's it. I only want ads showing up for like auto detailing keywords because those are people looking for, whether it's a wash and wax, interior cleaning, all that kind of stuff. So things like this, hand car wash, mobile car wash isn't bad. It's just not something that I'd want to show up for. So if I'm putting this on my negative keyword list, it's pretty much the same as building your keyword list. I would just copy this. I would come over here to our keyword list. And then usually what I do on my spreadsheet is I'll have my first sheet for my keywords and then I'll have my negative keywords list. And what I'll do is I will literally just drop them in as a keyword, but also on top of this, going back to the whole car wash thing, if there is something that is sort of like a root keyword that I don't want to show up for, I'll just put in, for example, car wash. And what you can do is you can put little quotes around it like this. And that tells Google any search term with that phrase car wash in it, don't show the ad for. So just kind of continuing through here. You can add these if you want: mobile car wash, hand car wash. We could do that as well. Just hand car wash. Let's see. Again, I'm not going to go through this entire list. Something like this. So car polisher, to me in my head, sounds like somebody going to Google looking for an actual, like a polisher, like the actual tool itself. So I would probably do, and we're going to talk about match types in just a second. I would probably take car polisher and I'd put little brackets around it like this. Car polisher. And what that tells Google is if somebody types in this exact search term, I don't want my ads to show for it. So I guess we can kind of blend this together. I'll talk about the match types now. These little quotes, this is called a phrase match keyword. These brackets are exact match. And then when there's nothing on it and it's just the keyword like that, no quotes, no brackets, that's called a broad match keyword. This used to have very different definitions. Phrase match used to be that the search term had to have that exact phrase in it to show the ad. Now it's essentially broad match. Like if I did this keyword, just car wash as a phrase match, it would show it for a whole wide range of stuff. Exact match is still pretty good. It'll show pretty close to that specific keyword. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Something like this, car wax, I would probably do the same thing. Probably go bracket, car wax, boom. We don't want to show up for people looking for car wax. If you don't do a waterless car wash, you can get rid of waterless car wash or waterless detailing, I guess you could say. Something like this, best pressure washer. So that's, again, somebody looking for a pressure washer. They want to buy a pressure washer. You could probably even just say pressure washer. You get the idea. So I'm not going to continue going through this because that would take way too long. You're going to find a lot of this kind of stuff as well, brand keywords. And so the whole idea, go through this list, find negative keywords, go through your local market, find competitor brand names, add those in there, add in, national brands. So it could be like AutoZone, Turtle Wax, products, stores, all that kind of stuff. Add those in there on your negative keyword list, because at the end of the day, if somebody searches for best pressure washer for detailing and they click on your ad, you're still going to get charged. So the whole idea is the more of these negative keywords you can get on your campaign, the better, because you're just weeding out as much crap as you possibly can, because ultimately you want your ads showing up for searches like this, not for best car wax for detailing my car. So that's negative keywords. Those are the keywords, the negative keywords. Then the last thing we'll talk about really quick, I touched on it briefly, is the phrase match and exact match. So when you're putting your keywords into your campaign, you don't want to put them in just like this with no modifiers on them, because this is a broad match keyword. broad match keywords, Google will pretty much show your ad for anything remotely related to car detailing. So if you put in just broad match car detailing as a keyword onto your campaign, you could have your ad show for products, services, stores, anything that is in the realm of car detailing your ad could show for. And that can be incredibly wasteful. It can waste your budget really, really quick, or you could get irrelevant leads, whatever that might be. But what we want to do is we want to do either phrase match, which is the quotes, so car detailing near me, or you want to do the brackets like this, near me. And so the best way I can explain phrase match nowadays, because it's changed so much in the past 2 years, is phrase match is kind of giving Google a suggestion like, hey, I would ideally like you to show the ad for car detailing near me, but you can kind of widen it out a little bit. If there's something that's a bit of a variation, maybe somebody's looking for interior car detailers in my area, it might show for that. Or it could show for something a little bit more broad. Really, match types nowadays are like, how broad are you willing to let Google go? Like, how off, your exact suggestion are you willing to let them go? It used to be that this phrase match literally meant that your ad would only show for any search term that contained that exact phrase. Like, it had to be in that order, had to have that phrase, and that's no longer the case. So what I'd probably recommend to start is just go exact match for a lot of your keywords first, because that's going to keep it as tightly themed as possible. So if you just do exact match to start, especially if you're in a bigger market, you're probably not going to have to go beyond exact match. So that'll keep your search traffic quality the tightest. But at the same time, one thing to keep in mind is that exact match keywords are usually more expensive. Because everybody wants to go after the exact match keywords because they are the most tightly themed. They're going to have the highest quality traffic. So it's really up to you. Test it. That's kind of part of marketing, is you got to figure it out, test it. But yeah, that is pretty much keyword research in a nutshell. That is pretty much as much as I feel like I could kind of teach on keyword research for a detailing campaign. I'm sure there's more things that'll pop into my mind later, but if you did appreciate this video, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this. Also, I have a full in-depth tutorial on building an entire campaign. You can find that in the link in the description. And if you are somebody who is looking to run a detailing campaign, but you don't want to go through setting it all up, doing all of the optimization and the build and all that kind of stuff, if you go to the description, there's a link there for a free consultation. You can go to that link, fill out the form, and I can see if I can help you out. I unfortunately can't help everybody out just because there are maybe I might be working with somebody in your market, or the cost might be too high, whatever it might be. So if you are looking for somebody, just fill out that link in the description. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.